everybody! Today we thought we would do something a little bit different and take a personality test. So we get a lot of questions about our personalities and how we're the same and how we're different and how we're able to work together, those kinds of things. And so like we have our thoughts, but we thought let's like make it official. Let's take a personality test and kind of take you guys along the ride with us while we're taking it. So we're gonna do the Enneagram test, which if you guys are familiar, that's where I think there's 9 different numbers, and I think you're assigned a number between like 1 or 9, and each number has its own meaning. So we haven't taken anything yet, but we want to look at the descriptions together and try to guess what we think we are, and then we're going to take the test, and then we will walk you guys through our results.
We also have to multitask during this because we have lots of things going on, so I will be eating my breakfast while we're doing this, so don't mind that.
I'll probably eat a sumo orange.
I might be doing a wellness shot, so don't mind the breakfast. This one's a little frustrated.
She does not like when we sit here, which is why we never sit here when we film. We always sit on the couch because she just thinks she needs to be held when we sit at our bar. So she's doing this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to not hold her this whole time, but we'll see. So there's 9 Enneagram types. I'm just gonna say the names of them. Number 1 is the performer. Number 2 is the helper. Number 3 is the achiever. Number 4 is the individualist. Number 5 is the investigator. Number 6 is the loyalist. Number 7 is the enthusiast. Number 8 is the challenger. And number 9 is the peacemaker. So those are the options. And I'm pretty sure this test scores you like most compatible to least compatible. So I think you know like how you fall within all of them. And then
because I feel like
it gives you detailed descriptions in like your top 3.
Yeah, because I'm like looking at this and there's like words that describe each of those like underneath these, what we're looking at. And there's like a word from like every single one that I feel like is me.
Well, yeah, because I mean, everybody's multifaceted, but you're gonna identify more with one or the other. So I know which one I think I am the most. What do you think you are the most?
Either 1 or 4. What do you think you are?
I think I'm 1, the performer. So that's rational, idealistic, principled, purposeful, self-controlled, and perfectionist. I think, what do you think I am? Because I don't think you're either of the ones that you said.
Oh, really? I would say you're probably 3.
I think I have some qualities of that. So number 3 is the achiever. So that's success-oriented, pragmatic, adaptive, excelling, driven, and image conscious. I feel like you're probably more 6, which is the loyalist.
Yeah, committed, security oriented type, engaging, responsible, anxious, and suspicious. I'm not suspicious. Interesting. We shall see.
So we're gonna take the test. I think it's a bit lengthy. We're gonna do the paid version. There's free versions of this, but the paid version I think just gives you a little bit more detail. So like if we're gonna do it, let's do it, you know? So we're gonna take the test now, and then we will share our results when we're done. It was a 144 question test, which we knocked out in about, what, 30 minutes?
25 to 30 minutes.
Yeah. It was funny, as we were taking it, we were commenting that it seemed to us like each question was 2 choices, like multiple choice. And Shelby made the comment, it seems like we're the exact opposite, which is interesting because our scores don't necessarily show that we were answering opposite, but I could see how you would think that we would answer some of those questions differently, but I guess all in all, remember, pre-test, I suspected I was probably a 1, and that was my highest scoring number. So they rank all 9 in the order that you are like closest to how you answer the question. So my 1 and 2 were very close, and my 3 and 4 were very close, like within a number of each other. So they I don't know how they get these numbers, but my first 2, my score was a 24 for the reformer and a 23 for type 3, which is the achiever. So I'm like very close to either of them. And then the investigator, which is number 5, and a peacemaker, which is number 9, were scored at a 19 and an 18. So again, very close. What's really funny is the one Shelby got the highest for is my lowest. So I find that interesting because I feel like that's also how we could be more compatible. Yeah. Because we're
opposites.
Like, yeah, in some ways.
But also, I have to say, okay, so with mine, it was the same, whereas my 1 and 2 were 1 question off from each other, and my 3 and 4 were scored the exact same. So when I got this, I haven't said what it is yet, but I pulled it up and I was like, what?
She finished before me, I'm still taking, and she goes, no, that's not right.
No.
I was like, it probably is right. I mean, this is like a professional personality test.
So when you scroll down, it says your primary Enneagram personality type is most likely the highest of the scores. So not 100%, but most likely, and almost certainly among the highest 2 or 3. So after reading that, I was like, okay, because I do not identify as the one I got the highest score for. I more so identify as my 2, which was just 1 question off from the first one. So it's plausible. And then when I go down to read like individually about each one, I understand why that one was picked, but again, it was only like 1 question higher. I understand why. There's no way I could identify as that one, but I feel like there is a sprinkle of that within. So my highest one, it said, was type 2, the helper, which to me just is not me. When reading the words that it used to describe it, it says,
so which are what?
Caring, empathetic, warm, thoughtful, appreciative, generous, other-oriented, tactile, affectionate. The list goes on. I do have those, but I feel like that's not my 100% personality type. But then when I read it in more depth, there's lots of paragraphs. I understand it. But my second one was type 3, the achiever. Type 3 is effective, competent, adaptable, which I'm not adaptable really,
no, not at all.
Goal-oriented, ambitious, organized, diplomatic, charming, into performance, and image conscious. But so it's a mix of 2 and 3, but if I had to pick one, I would identify as a 3, not a 2.
What's interesting is my second one was also the achiever. So both of our second ones were the achiever. So I think that's why we are compatible in personality and can run all these businesses together and stuff, and like, you know, because we're both with that achieving mindset and are driven together. So for me, my number 1 was the reformer. So some characteristics, I'm gonna read this. In brief, 1s want to be right, to strive high, which I don't need to be right. You need to be right. To strive higher and improve everything, to be consistent with their ideals, to justify themselves, and to be beyond criticism so as not to be condemned by anyone. 1s do not want to be proven wrong, to make mistakes, to allow sloppiness, to be with the people they perceive as lazy or not serious, to be in chaos or in situations that seem out of control, or to be embarrassed by emotional display. So that's kind of a 1. Some famous ones, because it tells you like what celebrities and like famous people are your same personality type. Kate Middleton, Michelle Obama, Hillary Clinton. I'm only reading the ones I know. Martha Stewart. So for the 3, I also identify with strongly. So
Oprah's the 3.
This was both of us. Let's see, where's that little pair?
There's some real famous 3s. Oprah, Michael Jordan, O.J. Simpson, that's not too good. Elvis Presley, Paul McCartney, Madonna, Sting, Whitney Houston, Bon Jovi, Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber, Brooke Shields, Cindy Crawford, Tom Cruise, Barbra Streisand, Jamie Foxx, Will Smith, Courtney Cox, Reese Witherspoon, Anne Hathaway, Ryan Seacrest, Dick Clark.
So 3s want to feel valuable and worthwhile, to excel, to be affirmed, to be effective and efficient, to perform well, to be the best, to have attention, to be admired and impress others. 3s do not want anything that looks like failure, to sit around doing nothing, to be overshadowed by others, to look unprepared or awkward, to be average, to ask others for help or support, or to be caught in distortions of the truth. So like I identify with a lot of that too. It's really, really interesting. And then, hang on, there was a place. This site also shows you like how you're compatible with the other type. So 1s and 3s are both competent, serious-minded, and idealistic. This is a highly task-oriented relationship with both partners driven to hard work and to be intensely aware when individually and collectively they are not measuring up to their own expectations and high standards. Both parties can bring selflessness, self-discipline, good work habits, and the ability to put aside their personal feelings for the sake of the objective good that needs to be done. Both types are used to working so hard that they often succeed, garnering admiration for those around them and attaining places of leadership and responsibility. The 1 and 3 combination can be dazzling.
Wow.
High energy, extraordinarily competent, and impressive both individually and collectively. They both strive after excellence, both as an ideal and as something to personally embody. They enjoy planning and organizing their lives, dividing up responsibilities after seeing who is objectively better at which tasks. Both thrive on respect and give each other personal space.
Yep. Yeah. That's more 1 and 3.
That pretty much defines our relationship, everything I just read.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, that's us. So I hope that this was a little bit insightful into our personalities and our relationship, and hopefully that answered some of your questions. I'm gonna do a blog post on this on the blog next week, so check out the blog post. We'll link it down below after it goes live. So if you want to read a little bit more about our different personality types. But hope you enjoyed. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe right there so you never miss a video from us, and you can watch our latest video right here. We will see you guys next time. Bye.